This tragic case begins with the sudden and unexpected death of Eric Richens, a successful businessman and father of two. His wife, Kouri Richens, is now facing charges of murder and possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. At the heart of this case is the question of what really happened on the night of Eric's death. According to prosecutors, Kouri poisoned her husband with a lethal dose of fentanyl, a potent opioid painkiller that she had obtained through illegal means. They claim that she then tried to make it look like an accidental overdose in order to collect on his life insurance policy, which was worth millions of dollars.
To Summit County now, where a widow/author is in jail tonight. She is facing aggravated murder charges 1 year after her late husband was found dead in his sleep.
Now new details are emerging about how he died and what he told a friend just weeks before police say he was poisoned.
Investigators first became suspicious of Kouri after discovering that she had lied about her cell phone use in the hours leading up to Eric's death. They also found evidence suggesting that she had purchased large quantities of fentanyl pills online, which she may have used to poison her husband. And they learned that Eric had told a friend that he believed Kouri was trying to kill him after he fell ill following a Valentine's Day dinner at their home. Further complicating matters is the fact that this wasn't the first time Eric had become violently ill after drinking something his wife gave him. Years earlier, while on an international trip, he had a similar experience that left him bedridden for days. This led many to suspect that Kouri may have been responsible for that incident as well. The case took a shocking turn when police discovered that Kouri had an alleged history of violence and past attempts to poison Eric.
Well, Mike and Deanie, Kouri Richens is here in the Summit County Jail tonight. We're told she is being held without bail. Investigators say she purchased fentanyl and then served her husband a deadly dose in a drink. And court papers say this is not the first time she's tried to kill her husband.
His family members told the police that he had warned them if anything happened to him, she was to blame. They also alleged that Kouri had assaulted her sister-in-law during a party just 1 day after Eric's death, where she was drinking and celebrating. Kouri allegedly made Eric a Moscow Mule vodka drink to celebrate her selling a house and brought it to him in their bedroom. She then went to bed and slept with one of their children in the child's bedroom because the child was having a night terror. She woke up around 3 a.m. and returned to her and Eric's bedroom only to find him dead. She claimed that she had no idea how he died. Despite all this evidence, Kouri has maintained her innocence from the beginning.
Tonight, Brian, why did he stay in the home if he thought his wife was trying to kill him?
Out of love for his children, says a family spokesman. You're going to hear from him in a moment. First, at the home of the Richens family, the lights are on outside, but nobody seems home.
Yes, I just couldn't imagine putting any child through this and taking away their father.
For some here, a case is sad.
That's just sickening.
As it is numbing.
It's a wild story, especially in such a small community like Kama.
She insists that Eric's death was a tragic accident and that she had no motive or opportunity to harm him. Her defenders point out that she and Eric were happily married and that there was no financial benefit to be gained from his death. But prosecutors argue that Kouri was driven by greed and a desire for power. They point to her past history of violent behavior and her attempts to poison Eric as evidence that she was capable of murder. And they believe that the large sums of money involved in this case only make her guilt more likely. The trial has been ongoing for several months now, with both sides presenting their cases in front of a judge and jury. It promises to be a lengthy and complicated affair, given the complexity of the evidence and the high stakes involved. The outcome of this trial will have far-reaching implications for all those involved as well as for the wider community. At its core, this case is a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and deceit. It serves as a reminder that even the most seemingly stable and loving relationships can hide dark secrets and dangerous impulses.
Just pray to God this isn't true.
Family friend Linda King says she's been in utter shock following the news of Kouri Richens' arrest for the death of her late husband, Eric.
Their family was so beautiful. Everything was picture perfect, but I guess it wasn't. You can never forget his laugh. And I love that laugh so much.
She says she was the one who encouraged him to ask Kouri out after seeing her catch his eye.
I says, go over there and check out with her, so they did. And anyway, they ended up having a date. From then on, they were like glued to each other. It was perfect, I thought.
After Kouri left the cashier job, they kept in touch, and King felt a special connection to them because of their introduction.
They seemed like they were my children.
And it underscores the importance of careful investigation and fair justice in cases like this, where the truth may be hard to find but ultimately must prevail. As the trial continues, both sides present their case with passion and conviction. Witnesses are called to testify, evidence is analyzed, and theories are debated. But amidst all the chaos, one thing remains constant: the memory of Eric Richens and the tragic circumstances of his death. Eric was a man who dedicated his life to helping others. He was a respected member of the community, a beloved husband and father, and a friend to many. His loss has left a profound impact on those who knew him, and his memory looms over the courtroom like a shadow. Throughout the trial, Kouri maintains her innocence. She claims that she loved Eric and would never have harmed him intentionally. But as the evidence mounts against her, doubts begin to creep in. Could it be true that she was driven by greed and jealousy, or is there some other explanation for her behavior? As the trial for Eric's case is still ongoing, let us remember that his loved ones are still grieving. The pain and hurt they are going through cannot be understated. Eric was a beloved member of his community, and his family is feeling his absence deeply. As we continue to seek justice for him, let us keep his family in our thoughts and prayers. His memory will live on forever, and we must not forget the impact he had on those around him. Thank you for watching, and let us continue to support victims of violence and their families.